Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Parts Unknown, the Clem and Claw Show, second and fourth Mondays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 6:30 in the Pacific Time Zone, 5:30 Alaska Time, and 4:30 Hawaiian Time. Shout out to our internationals. Also, we know you're gonna be watching this later. Other than that, I got nothing to say. On to you, Claus.
Yeah, it's another great day. I'm definitely in parts unknown. I'm in the state of Maryland. I'll put it that way. That's the state I'm in. I'm in the state of Maryland.
Yeah, in two
Yeah.
weeks, in 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be out of Oklahoma. I'm going to be in the Parts Unknown myself. So
Well,
leave it at that.
yeah.
Without further ado, go ahead.
Well, I know, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna we ain't got much old business or new business or no other kind of business to talk about. So we're just gonna go ahead and bring in our special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Our special guest is we have Miss Phoenix Star. Yeah,
Yes.
Hello, hello.
yeah.
Yes, Miss Phoenix Star, introduce yourself to the world.
Hi, my name is Phoenix Star One, and I'm happy to be on the show.
All right. Well, I guess we go ahead and get down to business. What got you interested in catfighting?
What got me interested in catfighting? The fact that we can do it, that got me interested. I walk around all the time wanting to fight people. All in my mind, you should hear the thought. I could take this person out. I could flip this person. So me being able to do it and not go to jail.
That's enough
Exactly.
of that's enough of
That's
a
it.
reason. That's a
We also
Clem.
know, yes, we also know not only you are a cat fighter, you're also a wrestler. So how'd you get into that?
It fell in my lap. Shout out the girl. She is so beautiful. Reagan. Oh my God.
Mhm.
She is my inspiration.
And how did you come across Reagan? Did y'all meet at like a convention or at another
Mutual
shoot?
friend. We both model. And
Okay.
so like the photographer was like, hey, I know this girl, she does cat fights. Like I was supposed to premiere like a year ago
Okay.
with this girl named Gemini, but I don't know what happened with her.
Mhm.
And it was just like flat. And then maybe 2 months ago, Reagan hit me up, was like, "Hey, come on," and I'm ready.
I
Oh,
guess when Reagan gives you the call, you must answer when
yes,
it comes to
I'm
her.
yes,
answer all the time. Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes. Reagan is definitely a friend of the show. She's definitely one. When she
Yes.
made the
Definitely a friend of the
call, it's
show.
like, gee, you gotta pick up, pick up. Yeah. So, I guess, Clem, I let you. But this is your first one. What is the thing you're most excited for? I'm looking forward to with this match.
I'm looking forward to flipping Little Rampage. I'm looking forward to strangling her. I'm looking forward to sitting on her back. I'm looking forward to slapping the shit out of her. If we could cuss, can we cuss?
Mhm.
Mm.
That's another reason. Clem,
Okay.
next
I'm
Don't
just
question.
matter.
looking
Don't bother me.
I'm just looking forward to yo-yoing her. I've seen a couple of her fights. I saw her. I understand she's strong. She lifts. I know this is not her first cat fight. It's mine. So I know she already knows some techniques. Me being tall really doesn't matter because she can flip me. She can have me on my back. Height and weight, it's really about skills.
Yeah,
Someone has
sound like
finally
she,
listened. Someone has
sound like
finally listened to. Someone has finally listened to what me and Claus have said for 2 to 3 years. Skills win fights, people. You can have all the height in the world. You can be the
Yeah,
tallest person in the world, and it still matter.
it's
So.
skills. And I know that. So I'm not gonna play with her. I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's so short. Oh, look at you. That doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. For
Mhm.
no. I just left the gym today. And my trainer is short just like her, and he's a male, and he was flipping me and all type of stuff. So I already know, not trying to say what to expect, but what's to come. It's
Right.
serious. This is serious.
Hmm.
This is not a street fight. This ain't like, oh, we this is skill fight, skill for skill. She's short, she gonna use whatever she can, meaning if she gotta bounce off, I saw her bounce off her back pads or whatever you call it. I seen her choke out a tall black girl with an afro. And I'm still trying to figure out how she did that.
Mm.
Yeah, for people who don't know what she's talking about, she's talking about that Paris match. Is what she's referring to.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she's referring to. For people who don't know, she's referring
Okay.
to that one. Yeah, because
I
she's talking
saw
about
it.
that's the one
I
you're
saw a
referring
lot
to.
of her videos.
Yeah, she's also fought against Lil Rem. She fought against. Sorry, she fought a lot of people. So yes, so you're right. You are a fighting experienced person. So
Yeah. And I'm not
interesting.
gonna take it lightly. I'm not gonna do any, I'm not gonna, oh, she's gonna try to hurt me and I'm gonna hurt her. Period.
Yeah. Yep.
Within the rules.
Within
Mm-mm.
the rules, of
Oh,
course.
I know no biting, no scratching, no face. You know, I understand that, but she's still gonna try to hurt me, and I'm gonna hurt her. She's
okay.
not gonna play with me.
That's interesting. Very very interesting. Yes,
Hmm.
everyone. So you already answered my question. I was about to say how was your training going, and how and what you and you answered my question already. So I have nothing. One of my
Oh
questions
yeah,
away.
training's going well. I go back Wednesday. I'm in a. I don't even want to say it yet, but MMA fighting training. I'm in a whole camp, and all we do is wrestle. That's all we do. From when we get there, it's 2 hour training. So I'm in
Wow.
training too, and I'm like I said, I understand the tactics that she might try to use on me. I know how to get myself out. Let's say I do get on my back. I know how to get myself up out of that.
Well, Clem, you can tell Reagan.
Oh
Reagan
yeah,
definitely
she
has been
ready. I don't
issues.
have to say
Know
much.
know
We
the
good right
drill. What
now.
you come in.
She
I
got she
was
got information. She got her information on point. She knows who she's fighting against. So that's
yeah.
good because most of these people underestimate their opponents. I'm glad she
No,
The
isn't.
you
under,
So
can't.
that's good.
And it doesn't even matter about race. You can't be like, oh, that race or anything. That doesn't mean anything.
you know. And the thing is, I appreciate listening to you speak. Is the
Me
fact that
too.
you're coming in prepared almost as wise, eyes wide open. Like now, you
Yeah.
know there are some things that is only going to happen once you get in the cauldron to come back. But for the most part, you understand that. Like, look, as much as I can be prepared. Now, you don't want to overthink it because sometimes
No.
you
Yeah.
don't want to overthink it. You overthink it,
Mm-mm.
then it's not
Yep.
conductive at all. That could
No. I'm
backfire.
gonna go with it, but I'm gonna be the aggressor. I'm not gonna let her aggress me. Like we're here, however, 2 5 minute rounds or whatever. I'm gonna breathe through my nose. I'm already got my breathing technique in, and it's gonna be fun.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we know if
And
it's
that's
20 minutes straight, or do we know if it's 4 or 5 minute rounds? Anybody know? Cause I'm
I
confused.
don't know. I'm thinking it's 2 5 minute rounds, or it might be 2 10 minute rounds. But my object is to get her to tap out all through it all, to get her tired and to tap out, so she don't even want to see the second round.
hey, that's what's up.
You,
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Hey,
I'm dead
she
serious.
has the
I'm
right.
gonna play
She has
this
the right.
girl
She
like a
has the right
ducko.
mentality. I like it. She has the right mentality already.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do when you're on the mat. You want to get to the point where your opponent is not even want to even see you.
Don't we want to see like we got to do this again? Yes. I'm from Houston, baby, and we gonna do this again. We're gonna do this.
Wow. Usually, one of the questions I always ask is, what is the biggest thing you learned between your first match and your second match? But you hadn't had the first one
Well, I
yet,
did a
so
wrestling, even though
okay,
wrestling is, I can't say it, but I did a wrestling with Reagan,
okay.
and of course she won. It was,
Spoiler alert.
I
Spoiler
know,
alert,
look,
people.
oh, see, that's why I can't say a lot of
So,
stuff, but yeah, of course she won. But I like it because you don't think about nothing. Like your mind, you don't worry about bills, you're not worried about children, a boyfriend. You you're in the zone. And that's what I like about it. And I really hope I can do years of this. Because for me to get in that whatever 5 by 5, whatever, and just really do what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm with that. I like it. I like that it just be nothing else matters, literally, but this. And time will fly. Time will fly, and you won't even notice.
well, unless
Hmm.
you're the one in the hole and you're trying to figure out what the clock is.
Oh no, see, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be like, is it over yet? Or it
I guess
ain't been 3 minutes. The time
the good
gonna
thing
fly.
about
I'm gonna
it
be back on the
the good thing
plane.
about the time is eventually Reagan or whoever is going to be telling you 5 minutes, whatever, 2 minutes. They're going to tell you, so
She's
you're
good
going to
at
know
that.
already.
She's good
So
at.
Okay.
And then if the action is not to her liking, she will let you know. Now, come on,
she will
ladies.
let you know. She is
She
not quick. She is
will.
not shy.
Who
She is
y'all
not
talking
She
shy.
did
about?
with yeah.
Reagan, as far as like, let's say if the
Okay.
aggression level is not there, she would
She will let you
definitely
know.
make.
Example, Queen Gia Love versus Valor. If you anybody saw that match, you know what I'm talking about. There was some points in there. She's like, I need more action. I need this. But she'll start both of them that fight.
Yeah. She
So
gonna get what she wants.
she wants action. She doesn't. She does. She
And
doesn't
that's
like
why I said
the.
I'm gonna be the aggressor. I'm not gonna be. I'm waiting on her to swing or waiting her to do this. No, I gotta get back on the plane, baby. I'm here to whoop your ass and come back home.
I got you. I like you being aggressive, but don't be too aggressive because you can be over aggressive, and that can also counter against you. So
Yeah,
you gotta be
no,
careful
I'm
not to
gonna
be
do
over
my
aggressive.
breathing techniques. I'm not gonna wear myself out in 2 minutes trying to wear her
Correct.
out. No, I'm like I said,
Correct.
I'm gonna yo-yo her. I'm
Correct.
gonna play with her. She's
Correct.
gonna
Right.
be my toy in that wherever we at. She's gonna be my toy.
Yeah,
I'm
because
The
gonna
I
number
know
one
breathe.
it.
thing,
She
body
gonna
suit.
get some licks. She gonna get some moves. She gonna think she doing something, and I'm gonna be like, oh, and I'm up like I'm dominoes or some spades or something. I'm really
What
gonna
you know
have
about
fun with this
Moss?
girl, but
What you
not
know
like,
about
oh,
Moss?
we girlfriends. She's money is on the line. Money and respect. I don't know how many wins she got, but every time I win, I'm putting 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, like to let my opponents know or whoever when they come on my Twitter 3-0. Like I'm not here to play.
I
Mm.
like it.
Yep,
I like it. I like this already.
I'm not here to play
I'm
with
glad.
her.
I'm glad she's confident. I'm glad she's not overconfident because that's exactly what I was saying
No,
in the
I'm not
thing. But I'm glad she's.
overconfident. I know she's skillful. She said she used her breast as weapon. Breast can be hard. If I'm on my back and she using all her on me, and I'm like, oh my god, and all I'm doing is swinging legs trying to get off. No, she can use every part of her strong. I saw her last week lifting. Like, come
Yep.
on, I'm
Yep.
170. She might probably be lifting 140. Like, I don't know what's on her back. I don't know. I'm not gonna play
I
with her
know
though.
45s on either side plus the bar. That's 135.
Hey, and that's my weight. Minus what, 30? Like that's me.
Yep.
No,
And for
I'm not
those that
taking
don't,
her for granted. I'm not doing that. I saw her reach up and slap somebody. Like, you think she reaching up like jumping and everything, little Super Mario. Baby, get into it.
Yeah, she's definitely not only wrestling is her thing, but she also is jiu-jitsu. You could tell she's been working in the mixed martial arts thing
I
too.
saw
So
her
you have
choke
your hands
somebody.
full.
The girl did she couldn't get out. I wish I could show you. The girl head was right here and she was just choking it, and the girl had no option but to tap. I saw you, little rampage. You got me fucked up though. But I saw you.
Mhm.
Be ready. That's also part of the rules. We all know how Reagan rolls. That's also in there. Just saying, throwing that in
What?
there.
What you say?
Chokes. That's also up in there. It's in the rules. She said she's beside all the rules you just said. That's in there. It's not. She said everything else is. What she said. So
What are
her
the
rules.
rules? Because I thought it was no scratching, no punches to the face, and no biting.
Yep.
Those
Yep.
three. So everything else go. That's what she's saying. Everything else go.
Right.
So if I
Yep.
choke her, I'm gonna choke. What am I breaking? How she did
That's
that
not. I don't
girl?
think that's.
How she did her and had her tapping out? Come on.
They never real naked choke. Yeah, because now I will say this: some producers, I'm a producer, some producers allow for choking, some producers do not,
Do
Okay.
not.
because not everybody knows how to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's the thing. Like, you have some producers that be like, okay, if you hadn't went through any kind of training, they don't do chokes.
No.
Some do choke.
Yeah.
So chokes is one of those ones. Hair pulling is another one, where some
Yep.
producers do it, some producers
And
don't.
some do not.
What
Um,
about ass sitting my ass in her face?
Now that
I
is
always thought that was fair game. I mean, it's like
that's fair
if
game.
if you can
That's fair
pull it
game.
off, the issue is
Do
pulling
it.
it off.
You have to pull this off though.
The issue is pulling it off because no, I'm
Definitely.
serious because the thing I
We're being
always would
serious.
say about face sitting is one of those things that if you can pull it off, it's one of the hardest submission holds to get. But if you get on it, they're
Facts.
not getting out. They have to
That's why.
tap,
Okay.
Correct.
whether it's reverse or regular. Yeah, they have to. That's
It's just like breast smothering. If you get the correct amount of breast smothering in someone's sternum
it's done.
on their nose, they're not getting out.
They're
If you
not
do it
Yeah.
getting out.
correctly.
They're
these two
done.
hoes, like you said, are the hardest to get because your opponent's not just gonna sit there in the middle of the ring and let you just do it. They're gonna do
No,
all
she
kinds of
don't
defending.
like but like if I lock the arms and I'm sitting like ding ding ding, that's all I want to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for me, the three hardest moves is the face sitting, the breast mother, and then the grapevine pin is another one that's hard to do, depending
What
on
was the
who
last
you're.
one?
It's a
Grapevine pin
great
is when you
round.
put your
Great
leg, you
round
lock
thing.
your legs around someone's legs and you try to stretch them out. It's hard, as
Oh.
it thinks. It's not the easiest thing to hold, especially for
Mhm.
people who are tall. So there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
So
When I was wrestling today with my teacher, he's short, so it was kind of hard to lock the legs because his legs were shorter than mine. I couldn't. It was no legs for me to lock in. It was no leg. It was nothing there. So I'm like, and that's why I was in my mind. I'm like, okay, if I get like this girl leg, I can't really lock my legs because she's short. That
Yep,
she got she people think, oh, you tall and all this. That doesn't mean anything. She got some stars by her too.
yep. And as everyone knows in cat fighting, it's all about domination, getting your opponent on their back. If you get your opponent on your back, you have a chance to win most of the time. You can dictate whatever tactics you want to use. Same thing with wrestling; they're all the same, both of them.
Okay, I did have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the object of this?
The
What is the
object is to
object
get your
of
opponent
cat
to tap.
fighting?
The
Are they
object of
counting
cat
how
fighting is to
many
get your
licks?
opponent to, yeah, your okay, okay. Here's my opinion, my thought. The object of cat fighting is to get your opponent immobilized to the point where they have no choice but to get to tap
So
within the
they are
rules.
supposed to tap out. Are we supposed to tap out? Like I don't understand
Yes,
how to win. I know
the
the
one.
fight and everything,
Yeah,
but like what is going on?
the
this
point
is
is,
the
yeah.
easiest
Go
way.
ahead.
Now, Clem, let me tell you that. Easiest way is you're trying to get the most submissions at the end of the contest win. So let's say if you have 2 10-minute rounds. If I'm not mistaken, most of these any of these cat fights that we do is normally 20-minute rounds. It's
That's
just that how
okay.
Correct.
did the producer decide to divide it up? I think
Correct.
Reagan in the past, all the ones you've done is 2 10-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so what you do is at the end of the 2 rounds, whoever have the most number of total submissions win.
Wins.
That's how.
What do you
And
That's
then
it.
what is the submission?
submission is you make them tap, or they have to say
I give
give,
or
or somebody have everybody has a term, like maybe a term, a safe word. If you hear that means that they're submitting verbal submission because you may have their arms locked to where they can't physically tap because you got their arms locked up.
Yeah.
So how can they submit? That they'll have to say it vocally. So
Okay.
so it's usually a vocal word, or you just tap 3 times in quick succession. So it'd be like
Mm.
yep.
so.
And the
Yep.
And it
person
has
with
to
the
be like
most.
that. Yeah, and the
It
person
definitely
who
has to
has
be
the
that.
most at the end of the 20 minutes win.
Wins.
That's
Okay.
and that's how you get the bonus money.
That's it.
You win,
Exactly. And at the end, you get the bonus money.
and it doesn't matter
That's it.
now. Depending on
What?
the because of this level of competition, we don't care. We don't care how if you use the same submission move all the time or whatever. It just it's
Doesn't matter.
You're like,
it
oh, you
doesn't.
keep doing the same move. Like that, if that's what I
Now
need to
I
do to
will say
win.
at some point you want to be able to like there was one fight Reagan was in. She kept scissoring the girl.
We got
She kept
tired of that eventually.
and then everybody, and so during the break, at this point she was just obliterating the girl. She was up like what 5-1 or something like that at the no
Yeah,
five
it was
nothing.
like
She was
six,
up five
7.
nothing.
It
So
was over.
it was
Oh,
like one of the things the producers like look just to try it now. This is when you up that big. Okay, let's work on other parts of your game, and
Okay,
you do
because
this.
you up.
You see what I'm saying? You're up like 5, 6, 7. You're not gonna lose that in 10 minutes.
Mm.
no,
So
no.
now it's almost like to challenge yourself. Can I do this? You want to talk about imposing the will. Now it's like, okay, can I do this one? Can I do that? Can I do this? Can I do that? And then to show how well versed you are as
Yeah, because as
yeah,
he said, the best cat fighters are the ones that are be able to do
that
more
can
than
do it
one
all.
submission hold. That can do it all. It's
That can do
important
it.
because you might be fighting an opponent who knows who if they scout you correctly, they know, oh, this girl does scissors well, so they're gonna find a way to defend you better, and then you're gonna have to show some other moves that
Yeah.
we're not, she's seeing. So,
Mhm. Well,
so if
we
you're
have
good
a
at head scissors, if you're good at head scissors, she'll find a way. Like, oh, this girl is good at head scissors. If I hold out long enough, her legs will turn like jello eventually, and she have to give it up
Yeah.
eventually. So you got in catfighting, like you said, you got to be able to have different tactics, different moves. You just can't be one-minded because you become one-minded. Your opponent will figure you out, and eventually wear you out, or you wear yourself out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Because these catfights are like an endurance. It's like an endurance test. It's like if you're doing a TV show like Amazing Race. It's an endurance test. You can't tire yourself out. You can tire yourself out early in these fights.
Yeah, and
So
I'm
it's
not trying
important
to
to
do
pace
that. That's why I'm
yourself.
like, I want to just play, but the object is to get the person to submit and the most
Submit.
submit. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna play. Oh, I'm up. No, okay.
What's the record have we seen in this? Clem, the record is what? What's the record?
What
What
record?
record?
The record of submissions and submissions or margin in one match. What's the record?
I thought it was 10 or 13. Somebody blew out somebody like
What was
10
it? The one to Balor when she
1 minute.
fought Roxy Hart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm doing my show.
yeah. So
Yes, it went through.
yeah, so I think it was the one where um yeah, he'll come back. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll just bring him back in. Oh yeah, so it was one where it was Balor and she fought a girl by the name of Roxy Hart. She it was Shandy B for the video, but she changed to Roxy Hart, and I think she won like 13. It was a clean sweep. I think it was like 13-0. It was like 10 to
Dang, out the
nothing or
whole
13
20
nothing
minutes.
in 20 minutes. Yes, yeah, it was the only thing they had in common was the size and weight difference. Skill level,
Yeah.
it was night and day, night and day, and it wasn't for Shandy B for lack of trying. Now I will give her credit; she went through with it because we've seen girls get destroyed and it mentally just breaks them. There was a
What
match,
you mean by they break them?
like to the point to where they realize I'm getting my behind beat, I'm losing badly. Even though I know I win, I get bonus. At this point, I don't even care about the money. I just want to go home.
Dang.
And and
With
it's,
catfighting?
yes, we've seen it because it's like they realize that there are some days everybody, and this is the thing, everybody gets one good beating where it's like you just run up on somebody and on that day you just gonna catch it, and
Yeah.
then it's just a matter of the good ones are the ones who come back.
Hmm.
Whereas the ones that be like, okay, they never come back, we never see them again, they were never serious about it. Because the, like I said, the money is one part. What takes you to the next level is your love and desire to do it. The way you want to come back and you want to get better.
Hmm.
So that's where it sets from one level to the next is how good, like each day, even if you win or lose, how can I get better? Because to be in this is one of the few industries where it don't take much to be a legend. Me and Clinton talked about it. We've been doing this show now over 2 years. Like all you need is really a good half dozen to eight fight to be a legend. Anywhere from 6 to 8. You have 6 to 8
Really?
killer matches, you can be a legend. Yes, it don't take because the I say the bar is low just because of how America is, and then we're in the city, we're in the state where country where sometimes women's combat is frowned upon. Unlike our European brothers and sisters, that's a whole nother level. Them babies there, they sit up there. Okay, you know what, Clem? I think I might have had your audio. Okay, wait, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I've been back for a minute.
Okay. I thought I didn't unmute your audio. Yeah, but I would say pound for pound, I would go with the European girls because they don't have all the mental inhibitions. They just don't. We just gonna get out here. We just gonna scrap. We-
They
oh, and we
don't
get
they
paid
don't
for it.
care.
Okay,
Not like,
cool.
oh, they it's not like they don't have nothing to lose. They're built for it. Like, come on, you want to fight?
Right.
This is true.
I'm
I
with
see
you,
them. At
and
my
I
job,
will go.
I told my job that I was doing this, and my manager is a European woman, and she was like, "Y'all got three homegirls that wrestle." I'm like, "Whoa!" Like, it's in them. It's in them to do it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I would say, oh God, there's so many depth levels to this. Um, but yeah, we did have a question in the chat. Let me
Okay,
see.
I can't
Hold
see
on.
the
This
chat.
is
Is that
from.
on y'all side only?
Oh no, well no, I'm going to bring it up on the screen.
Okay.
Because there's two chats. There's one for us inside the show, and then there's one where people type in
Type in
and I'm
stuff.
still, yeah. So let
Okay.
me see. Where is it?
You
Where
want to
is
read
it?
this or you want me to read this?
No, 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 no. I'm gonna read it. I'm
All
just
right,
trying to
go
pull
ahead.
it back up. Hold on. Yeah, and this is from. Matter of fact, you almost know the question.
Oh,
You know,
I
it's
know the question. I
yes,
know
it's
the
from
question.
our infamous
Our
Mike, which I'm
Mike,
sure is a sponsor. Yes, it's from Mike. So Mike, of
Mike,
course,
it's
he
him,
asked the
of
classic
course.
question. He asks of every
Yes,
person who comes on
as
the show.
Donald Trump says, grab her by the pussy. So I'm gonna grab her by the pussy.
Now, the
Okay,
thing
you
is,
want to ask the second? You want to ask the other one?
in Mike's defense, saying you're going to do it and doing it is two completely
Two
different
different
things.
things.
Really?
It's, yes,
Yes, yes.
because
We've had a lot of girls say they're going to do it, but when the fight happens,
everybody's saying,
we
and
don't
then we
see
sit
it.
here with
Okay.
Everybody's
I
different.
need to keep that in my mind then. Because you're right. If you're when we're in the ring, the pussy, even though we see it, but it's not like we're trying to really hurt each other. Even though the pussy will hurt. But it's who grabs people by the pussy? Like,
As my friend Kaiser always says, it's a mindset when it comes to that. You have to have a mindset to actually go there. Am
okay.
I right? That's
not
what he said.
everybody has that.
And
Yeah,
not
because
everyone
I'm
has
like,
that
I don't want to
mindset.
grab nobody pussy.
Mm. Right.
Unfortunately, yeah, yes, I know, Mike. Typical Mike. Okay, so for the other one, my guy Blake. So are you going to
Yep.
go after the titties? Because I know he's gonna. I know someone's gonna ask, so it's him. So I got to go the other way.
What happened?
Oh wait a minute, I'm trying to
Oh,
pull it up.
has he brought it up yet? Because I know someone's gonna ask that question.
Yep.
Since
Oh,
Mike
here we
brought it
I
up,
go.
know
Yep.
she has breast implants, so I had looked up what's
Yep.
her
Yep. That was his.
work those titties, lady. Yeah, I know she
That's
has
one.
breast implants, so I had already studied like some weak spots on her fake breast.
hmm
Yeah.
uh, it's in the rules, Phoenix. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
she has implants or not. If she can't take it, she'll tap. Simple as that. If you
Okay.
can't take it, you'll tap.
I'm
It's
an A
simple.
cup. So squeeze these. You're gonna be slipping. I'm gonna be sweaty. You're gonna be trying to grip. But yours, yo, whatever you got,
These
yes,
are,
ma'am.
if you haven't noticed, these are some of our fans' favorite submission tactics they like to
They
use.
ask every single
They
person
ask
who comes on
every
the.
single question.
If
When
you're
you
gonna
get on
You,
the
grab the
yes,
pussy or touch the tip,
they yes, this is
it's
yes. You're about to you're learning. Welcome to the world of
welcome to our world.
catfighting.
and
Welcome,
I'm
welcome to
happy
our
to be a
world.
part of this. My dream one day, I probably want to do catfight like 3 years and work my way up to MMA fight. Have
Okay.
anybody in the industry done that?
No.
Why?
No,
Like that's my dream. Like, okay, I could do this 2 or 3 years, but eventually I'm gonna want
Yeah. Correct.
some bigger money.
Now there is some that has. I'm trying to say how can we say it, Clem? There are some that has gotten close on the borderline, but
yeah, the
I'll put it
borderline.
this way: they haven't done MMA per se. They've done um, some have done pro wrestling, and some have
So
done
yep,
amateur stuff, amateur grappling
amateur stuff.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
but I want
it
that's
But
why
yeah,
just
I
I'm
agree.
it's
I'm gonna
different
play.
branches. It just depends on what branches you
Yeah,
want
I
to go to.
want to do
You want to.
MMA.
And you know what's so funny is I had this conversation literally about 2 hours ago with a friend of mine.
Are you
Um,
serious?
I, from this standpoint, yes, from this
Okay.
standpoint, I was talking about Angela. What was Angela, the one that fought the Korean hottie?
Oh,
Clem, Angela, the
oh,
black
I know who
lady.
you're talking
What's her
about.
last name?
I forgot.
Angela.
Jean,
Angela.
J, G. I know who you're
They,
talking about. I can't think of it
she
off the
was
top of
the
my head.
first black woman to headline a UFC event,
True.
Yeah,
That's true. She got
and
that's what
I
I
snubbed,
meant.
but
mean,
she was
UFC,
there.
not
she was
MMA. UFC, not MMA. UFC.
yeah, UFC, right? Because you
Okay.
can
UFC.
be in MMA but not UFC. But she
Yeah,
was the
Yep.
first black woman that the headlined a UFC event. Now it was not a pay-per-view event, which is
It was not.
that's
that's
another level.
understanding. I just found out it's only been for 10 years that the women been doing it. So I understand all that. If women haven't even
She
been doing it that long.
oh my god, she's all in the conversation. You might as well have been there at TGI Friday with her.
Uh,
But but it was the thing though. So we was talking about Angela and the post press conference. Angela lost. Spoiler alert: she lost.
because it was
Yeah.
new.
It was well, no, well, it's not so much. It wasn't new. It was just the fact that she lost that match, and it's one of them things that maybe if Angela could have did one or two things, maybe she could have turned the tide in the favor. Anyway, she lost the match, and they was asking the post fight press conference her thoughts about being the first black, how much pride, and she said, yeah, it's a source of pride because it's talking about how far we come. But she
Facts.
said, but what would be even more sad, he said, what would be more sadder than me losing the match if I end up being the only one.
Only a black woman.
No,
In other words, what we're trying to
it's
say,
That makes
okay,
her.
Angela.
MMA,
So her
It's
thing is
okay,
she don't
Angela.
want
It's
to
my. I
be.
gotta build my toughness for it. I gotta
Mhm.
build my
Her
skin
thing
for
is,
it.
yeah, she didn't want to be the only one.
only a black
So
woman.
that's the point that she was trying to say. She don't want to
Yeah,
be the only one. And so now I think part of that has to do with, and this goes right. You're going right into what I spent. I had a whole 10-minute diatribe, and so I was shortening it for the purposes of the broadcast, and for folks who don't heard this before. I was shortening it to 2 minutes. One of my issues.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we already had the fight that Dana White had said he would never let women fight in the UFC, and how when Ronda
Facts.
Rousey came along and all of that, so it changed it to where they started out with two weight divisions: the 135 when Ronda was in, and then the 145 trying to get Gina Carano.
Yep.
You remember
Gina
that
Carano.
because
Yep.
he was trying to get
I
Gina
remember.
Carano. And
I
then they was
remember.
trying to get Cyborg to come over and Cyborg to cut weight to 155. And that was a little
Yep.
rough for Cyborg to try to cut it because she just
Yep.
normally walks around heavier than that. So,
Correct.
and then years later, they added on a 125 division instead of going up.
Yep.
but
Now,
that's what I'm
Correct.
like. I don't want to lose. I'm
the,
165, 170.
I'm getting there.
We getting there.
Oh,
Going
We
you.
getting
okay.
there.
Like
Let
I
me
We
ain't
get.
get
about
there
to.
first.
We
So
getting
my
there.
thing is, at some point, I know the U.S. women's national team, soccer team. They did this whole thing, equality pay, where they got the same amount of money as the men for the
Yep.
men's soccer and all that. I think one thing that has been sorely missed is because of the fact in UFC there are 10 weight division classes for the men, but for the women there's only three.
Because it just
And
Correct.
started.
and I think some of it, and I had a family member who I would not name, but had talked about who wants to see fat girls fight, and I was like, look, it's not
Oh,
about that. It's about what I personally think is they have a problem. I think they don't know how to market the women, especially if
They don't.
because chances are when you get to the heavier weights, who are they going to be?
yeah.
They're
I'm
going to be
Texas,
the
but
black
we
and brown.
cornbread fed.
Right. And so that's why I'm like, because like even my sister was like 145. She said, I ain't seen 145 since high school.
And I
So,
was about to say that.
and just so it's like, so to me, it's like you're excluding a whole group and generation of people, black and brown people.
But the men got 10 divisions, like a lot, like weight
They have
classes.
10 weight classes,
They
yes.
have
That's
10.
Just
not
like
right.
in
Yes.
boxing, you have 10 weight classes. Now, if you
Yes.
go in the amateur route has 10 weight classes for the men, 10 weight classes for the women. The
For the
women go
women.
up to 225.
Okay.
Correct.
225 and heavier all in one division. They just put you all in one.
Yep.
But
Yep.
everybody has like 10-pound increments, just like you do about like you see it in boxing, you see it in amateur MMA, you see it's
Yep.
just that with UFC, they do not
They're
do
different.
because I look at somebody, and this was the example I gave, Serena Williams. Serena Williams has the physique, I think, to be that would have been a
So what
killer.
did Clarissa, the black girl, do y'all
She's
know?
she's about to see, so
She
she had to cut down. So this is the name of Clarissa. Clarissa, if I'm not mistaken, it was not UFC. It was Invicta.
PFL.
What was
Professional
it?
Fighting
Oh,
League or something. I
PSL.
think it's
Yeah. So what they
PFL.
did is since she was getting it as a showcase fight, they did what they call a catch weight, a weight that the two ladies agreed to fight to, and then they'll put on
Yep.
the match, and then they'll try to
Correct.
so
get it.
that was special for her, oh for them.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
Yes.
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 because
Yes.
she's my
Because
idol, and that's
right.
all.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it, at some point, those things will have to be addressed. You still got the other lady, the one that won in Tokyo, that um, won the gold medal. The sister that won
Yep.
the gold medal in wrestling and freestyle
I,
wrestling. I think she was at
yep.
57 kilos or something like that,
57
which was
kilos.
like
Yeah.
no, 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 73 kilos or something like that, which was like
Uh,
100. Anyway, it was like 150, 160 pounds. So if you
correct.
brought her into, and she's in with less than 3% body fat, so she can't come. Because the number one thing that hurts a UFC fighter, and you've seen this with the TJ Dillashaw versus
Yep.
Uriah Faber fight. Oh no,
Yep.
no, no, Henry Cejudo fight is that when you
Cejudo. Yep.
start cutting weight to make a
It's
weight,
bad.
It's not
when
gonna
you
work.
well, you can cut weight when there's water weight and stuff like that. Because our bodies are 70% water.
Baby, this
So
my weight right here. Oh, the weight on that. Look, I ain't trying to lose. That's my weight. My weight
yeah,
back there.
yeah. But when you get to the point,
Back on topic. Back on topic. Oh my.
The
when you
weight
get
back
to
there.
Wow.
I'm not,
but when you get to
take,
the point where you're cutting muscle, when you
yeah.
cutting muscle to make weight,
It's a
it
problem.
it, it kills your endurance, it kills your speeds, kills your strength, kill all that. Whereas Henry Cejudo walked around normally lighter than that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have your fighting weight, and then you have it's called fighting weight. Your fighting weight, and then your walk around weight. Your walk around weight may be like, let's say 175, but your fighting weight may be 155, and you just lose
Correct.
during the training and
Oh,
camp, and you
okay.
lose and you cut down the weight. But
Yeah.
if you get to the point where your normal is 155, but you're trying to get to 145, now the only way you
Problem.
make them last 10 pounds, now you got to cut muscle. If you got to cut muscle,
That's
that
a
yeah,
problem. Good night.
that's when you get fighters that get in trouble with their health and stuff like that. And yeah,
Yep.
because it's like, look, dude. And then sometimes as you get older, it's harder to cut weight to go back. That's why you see when
Facts.
fighters get older, like Dan Cormier and stuff like that. They go
Daniel Cormier
from middleweight to light
to
heavyweight,
heavyweight.
or from light
Yep.
heavyweight to
To
heavyweight, because
heavyweight.
they know as I get older, it's harder for me to cut down the weight to go back down. Like even McGregor, McGregor's never gonna go back to
True.
135. He's just not. He's older now. He's gonna stay at that
Yep.
145, 155 level.
Yep.
And that's why you realize that, because those dudes, people say, oh, it's 10, 20 pounds. What difference is that?
That's a
It
lot.
makes a big difference. In that
Yeah.
sport and that discipline, it makes a big difference because,
Mm.
case in point, when he fought Nick Diaz, and what did McGregor say after he lost? The first time he fought Diaz, he lost. And what did he say?
Yep.
He said, every man who have ever met my left hand has went down. He said, but when this dude is just bigger than that, he can just take more of a blow. And when he
Correct.
realized he wasn't going down, he was like, okay, what else do I do? Then now you got to
Yep.
go back to try, which is why on the rematch he went back to grappling, doing chokeouts and
It
stuff
worked.
like that. Because he knows now I got to do something else, because me just punching the dude ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
yeah, so that's
Okay,
how
so
it
I
goes.
can't do UFC until they make another class because I'm not gonna lose no weight. I'm not. But I
Right.
like
So
their style though. I never really realized that I did. Excuse me for saying this. It has been a lot of skinny Chinese women. A lot of like all that. I'm like not in my mind trying to think like why is that? They be
think,
childlike bodies.
think, think about it. This is where the strategy is. Hear me out. So here it is. You opening. If you go to China, which has what, almost like a third of the world population and 3 billion people,
Hmm.
if
Correct.
you open up to
Correct.
where China, and like you said, most of them women, well, they're not fighting at 145, 135.
No.
Nope.
They're trying to make. Now this is the catch with 125. No one says you have to be 130. You just can't be over 125.
Come on
Correct.
now.
So you can fight at 105, 115 if you just that good. You don't have to fight at 125. So the
You
thing
don't
is,
have
it's
to.
like, well, if we go down to 120, now you try to make them fight at 135, it's never going to be a fair fight. That's just not. But at
Yeah.
least with 125, you open up the door to now a whole division of people who can qualify to come in. I think just like you did it on that side, you need to open it up for the
The
Brazilians
women, let
and the
us in.
Hispanics and those that's black, and all that. It
Yeah,
just
it's some thick Hispanic girls. I'm in class with them. Thicker than me.
yeah. So that's what I say. Yeah, it's just, uh-oh, she
Did
dropped
she
out.
drop out?
Yeah, she dropped out. And so I don't know if her phone went dead or she was got to put it on the charger or what.
That or that and her kids might be in the background too, so you never know. So
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
but you're
you never
right.
know. And somebody could have came run in and then slap something out. Yeah,
That also. But you're exactly right, man. You're
but
exactly
I
right when
think
you
we
talk
was at
about
a
that.
yeah. So I think we was at a good point. Let's see, we got what, 39. Well, we right at 40 minutes. So
We
um,
good, man.
I would say
We keep. Let's give her.
we
Let's give her
in.
what? Give
I
her
would say
what,
this:
five,
we
10 minutes more?
in. 'Cause what else? Was there anything else you really wanted to ask her?
Yeah, yeah.
You-
If I'm going to ask her anything, it goes back to what you were talking about. But I'm not going to talk about it now. But I'm going to keep
Cause
that in the
see,
sidebar.
well then see, that's what I'm going to say. I was like, at this point, I could end the show. We could end the show and then just bring her back for the sidebar and then just
That sounds
leave it.
good. Let's do this. Let's do it. That sounds good,
Okay.
man. Like you said,
Let me see. Let's see. First of all, if you would like to contact our special guest, is contact at Phoenix underscore star underscore one on Twitter. Um,
correct.
and let's
Oh yeah.
see.
By the
I
way, if you want to, yeah, go ahead. By the way, before we get to ours, if you want to contact the fight between Phoenix and Little Rampage, make sure
yes.
you, yeah, go ahead, write that in there.
Oh
Contact
God, it's Reagan, but
came
I don't know. No, it's R underscore Kennedy with three Y's. I think it is
correct, correct. It's
on
yes,
Twitter.
it's yes, exactly. It's R underscore Kennedy, like you said, with three Y's. Correct.
I wasn't sure. Let me make sure I got this right.
I'll give you a few minutes to get that online because I think that's correct.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and put
Yeah.
that on the screen. And then
Yep.
not only that, she also has another thing. Everybody knows already. She has two different ones. The other one is, but for that one, but for the DM, just make sure you contact R underscore Kennedy three Y's on Twitter. Uh, the fight is going to be Friday, July 14th. People, the time I'm not going to say. You know where it's going to be at. Make sure you contact it. $50 to sponsor. Don't say we didn't tell you. $50 to sponsor. We don't need to see anybody stealing stuff. $50 to sponsor if you want to see these two ladies get at each other. As you can tell, our guest is ready to roll. We all know Lil Rampage is ready to roll, so I'm expecting a good quality rough fight, in my opinion. I don't know about you, Claus, but that's what I'm going on.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead and run our credits, man. Now it's time for us to
Yep.
get out
I
of here.
am at Clauswell on Twitter and IG.
Okay, it's Clem underscore AKUFO on IG and Clem Okufo on Twitter. And with that being said, everyone, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. We appreciate y'all. We all know y'all going to be watching this back in a few days' time. Like we always say, again, the next show is going to be July 24th. Is that correct? July 24th?
Yeah, July 24th.
July 24th at the same time, people. At the same time you see now. Uh we ain't gonna say anything about that show. Just tune in and see the magic. With that being said, for Clauswell, for myself, Clement Cooper, we are out of here, people. Until next
Yes, sir.
time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.